Okay, so this time I came with a mask to be able to filter some of the air. Not some, nowhere near asbestos grade or anything, but it reflects me very well. Got my Milwaukee gloves, Carhartt rain defender on this time, and starting in the north side of the building, which is the back of the building. This is all a part of the vision being, this is all a part of what would be the trails, like the MTB tracks and trails with, I haven't actually been to this side today, well, other than today, and just seeing that potentially like the bike shop area could be right here, or the place to fix skateboards, bikes, all of the stuff associated with this whole park. Cool, so this is the stairwell. So this is actually where I wanted to focus a lot today on, because I recorded a lot the first level the first time, and I didn't go on the second level of the main building at all. And there's actually 3 levels that are this tall of a ceiling. Which, for reference, I'm 6 foot even, and the camera is at the top of my head right now. So that means the ceiling's probably a good 12, 15 feet. It's more than double my size for sure. Which would be gnarly for making jumps. Trails, tracks, stuff going everywhere. And this whole area out here would be ideally the drift track, like a good motorsports section right here. And then this whole area could be the skid pad, like a reconfigurable area to train for the drift track, which it wouldn't be a very huge one. Like in the, if you can see the billboard back there, that's the property line pretty much, and those power lines, there's a fence right there. I'm gonna go over there eventually today again, because I have all day. Actually, it's Sunday today to do this, so I'm getting all of it set and on video and recorded this time. So the second floor right here. Now that I'm fully aware that there's 3 floors too that are all the same size, that adds to the ability of making different levels for different action sports, or being able to like utilize these courtyards to make, like, imagine a flow line that goes up, and because this will all be cleared out most likely in the open courtyard. This is one of the ones that's still in pretty good shape. I am not gonna walk on that though, because all of the other ones have collapsed. So, but imagine like utilizing that window there to, you know, make a like a roller in to a section out here in the courtyard and use the height difference from second to first floor, or even be able to like make one from the third that leads down into the second and things like that. These will all be things that will be consulted and bounced around with the trail builder people. But if you can see just how expansive this place is it's phenomenal for what I would like to do here. Very high ceilings, everything structurally, for the most part, everywhere is intact. Be a lot of asbestos removal, a lot of possibly lead paint, stuff like that, or, you know, to encapsulate it somehow, paint over it, whatever needs to be done. This is all gotta go. It'll take a lot of work by a lot of people working together. Oh, damn it. I just realized I left the flashlight. I gotta go grab that. Yeah. Dude. Those whole sets gone. Both of them. Somebody made away. I'm gonna use the original stair set that I found over there then. Here's a bathroom. Probably can't see anything right now. This is all moss. So I'm gonna end that portion here and then continue when I get back up to the second floor here, then nip slips. Okay, got my Milwaukee light. Everything I buy legitimately tool wise, pretty much as possible, really. USB cords, everything. USB cords I buy Anker a lot too, but I buy Milwaukee pretty straight across the board. It's just the best. It's always very reliable, very, very tough, heavy duty gear. From power tools, everything. And it's not a paid slogan, paid ad as of yet, but they are one of the prime sponsors I'm going for first, especially for all of this. A lot of tools will be necessary. This is the bathroom that I was just in. Been decimated, but it's a good spot to be able to make a bathroom for the second floor. Probably expand it a bit. I think can't expand that way. I don't know, just do a different layout in there, then probably make it a little more open There was already two sit-down toilets, 2 stand-ups, so I have to be a co-ed kind of deal. This place always gives me mad The Last of Us vibes, though, whenever I'm in here. Yeah, there's a bathroom right there. What? That used to be a bathroom too. So there's one on the first floor too, even though behind that is questionable on a bathroom. So then I'm gonna work my way left. We'll go clockwise around. Go, that's north to east, south, west corner. I'll do that on every floor so it's organized. The Joker. Some men do just want to watch the world burn. I like watching some things burn, but to be creative afterwards too. Oh, whoa. This was clearly a panel room that has been completely scrapped. Wow. They took everything they possibly could out of there. I'm gonna be really stoked when the chest mount and head mount come in. This hand tripod deal is absolutely great, but being totally hands-free is gonna be that much better. Check that out. All the tool sponsors and tool companies that were involved here. Cooper Tools. So it feels important to say that I was an electrician for a contractor in the Freeport, McMoran, Morenci copper and gold mine. So if it's ever questioned how I logically know a lot about tools, a lot about the electrical, conduit, contracting, construction, whatever, I've done quite a lot of contracting work for solar. Dude, it is pitch black in here. Solar fire alarm systems, fire suppression. I don't want to go through the whole list, so I've learned a lot, and I've learned a lot from a lot of people that are much smarter than myself, even though I myself am very intelligent now also, but I always love to be the one learning in a room. Absolutely love and always am curious and love to learn. Damn. That box is done. I wasn't even aware that they could rust out that bad. This is just the first time seeing one like that. That's pretty brand new. It's a square D. That's something I noticed too in my explorations and in a lot of the other videos I've seen, is I found out that this place was active until 2007, so they've done some upgrades since it was originally closed. Like, well, you know what I mean, since before 2007. In some of my previous videos on my phone, last time I was here, I asked what was going on with some of the new upgrades, like new plumbing lines and new conduit and this new stuff we just seen there. So it answers those questions by watching those other videos. See what I mean? Those are even relatively new HP computer boxes. Another stairwell. I'm going to see if the stairs are in there. Functional. This is badass. Be tearing out all these interior walls, making it as open as possible, or maybe like utilizing some of the block walls to make big berms and features along them. Dude, it got really cold right here. I could see my breath for a second. Huh. It fogged up my glasses a little bit. Hell yeah. Another sub-panel room where the ductwork might have collected there. Actually, on that note, I've done HVAC work also for that contractor that will remain unnamed unless I know they would like to be named. Still good friends with the owner. Well, he passed away when I was still working for them and living there, but his family and the managers, the foreman, still love the hell out of those guys. A lot of good times, a lot of good memories. Here's another bathroom that will be utilized. So bathrooms are going to be all over, which is good. Look at how many other people. Those are extremely fresh too there. That's a heavy dude. That looks almost like a police boot. So to get myself oriented again, this is the east wall. And look at that, man. Fuel tanks from all sorts of stuff. See, and what I thought would be really cool to use along this whole side would be like a RC track. And you could even use these windows, or possibly the lower windows down there, to view out and watch the track. Like see where your car's at and run along it. Or even maybe just down at the back there. But that's that is not the back wall. So I'm gonna go back there first and dude, somebody brought their dog in here too. There's dog tracks. Hey, look. It could be a raccoon. It looks a lot more like a small dog. So that's courtyard. Is there any fuel in here? No. I've gotten exponentially more comfortable on camera since I started doing all this. For a long time, I did a lot of adventures and a lot of things entirely by myself with, like, and I would record it on my phone, but I would never share it. So there are no windows to look out back as of right now. That'd be the back wall by the stairwell. Yeah, I was just right here. But I was terrified of being famous. And I had a realization that cleared that right away. That in a macrocosmic way, it's really just like me looking at me in a way, not individually, but in a universal self way. So that fear went right out the window. That actually, the realization came from a Kendrick Lamar song. Where Kendrick clearly has done quite a lot of, well, we'll leave that out of these videos for now. So I didn't finish the other floor, but I wanted to get a shot of out of the window right there real quick. But yeah, there's quite a lot of room out there to make a track of some sort, or even right there, right along the back, to make a good size RC track. What's the time that I'm at? Okay. I'd really love to have the very good graffiti artists come back here and do a lot more graffiti in here. I think that would look really cool. Have people from all over, a lot of local Detroit artists, but have people from, you know, Denver, Austin, LA, New York, wherever, man, all over. It's just one vent tube blowing in the wind. Be really cool to make mural sceneries on some of the big expanses of the walls. All sorts of stuff, dude. I'd love people's creativity just go wild in here. Show the other side of the destroyed courtyard. No matter which way this vision goes, I'm gonna do a very thorough recording of this property as it sits today too. So if it ends up getting destroyed and things go that way, I'll at least have probably the most extensive and thorough exploration videos of this property. See, and that's all a very good sign of structural integrity. That's a bare ceiling and no cracks, just signs of paint wear and exterior wear. I haven't seen any sort of major structural damage to the actual structure of the building. And yeah, this is a good thing for the community. That's what it's all about. Is like, I understand, while I'm on the subject, the benefit of, there's a company that wants to buy this and tear it down and build an auto parts supplier right now, and adding jobs to the area is great. That's cool. Personally, I think there are a lot better properties for that application of just putting another parts supplier warehouse here. I think this vision that's pretty, like, ominous. A fire pit, like, of some kind. They clearly never got to have the fire. And side note, this gives you another good example of what it would look like with all of the walls and everything cleared out bare, like it would be to build everything in here. But then to continue what I was saying, I don't think this area needs those kind of jobs. I firmly know and think that this kind of a setup would empower the community here in way more innovative and beneficial ways going into the future. Because just for YouTube alone, look at how much of a massive economy and industry is already being made for content creation. This would be the content mecca here. Like, to be able to have the ability finally, dude, this is a huge bathroom. Sweet. The ability to be able to actually legally, for one, have a place out there to be able to do motorsports. If you've ever driven or been in this area, people are doing that right on the street. They're doing donuts, they're drifting, they're, you know, which I don't think it's necessarily going to stop them, and that's not what I'm going for personally. I'm all about freedom. If you are willing to accept the consequences of your actions of doing those things, send it, dude. Go for it. You got to be very aware and mindful of those consequences, though. And what I'm saying in that way, though, is a lot of these people all here, they are extremely into this stuff, and they need an outlet to be able to do that in. And this is in a prime location in Detroit for people here to do it, and to attract people from all over to come here to do that. And then add on all sorts of other outlets for everyone to have, to be able to do, like mountain biking, skateboarding, one wheels, BMXing, all and more, like all of that, and entailed in one property that would have connections and sponsors like Red Bull. And I'm not gonna start naming a bunch of names that I haven't fully secured yet, but those are the ideal type of partners. Because then the people that get that good and be pro level here, you already have a connection with those people, and that can take people and give them careers, give them whole entire livelihoods well beyond what's going on here. That's an international opportunity that you can seize at that point. And not only for drifting, not only for mountain biking, not only skateboarding, all of the action sports that are integrated here. And then when I get to the front where the old office building is, I will detail more of what is in the vision to put in there. But I truly just saying a lot of this because I hope that a lot of other people can see that same potential, that these people want opportunities, and a lot of them are very creative, a lot of very intelligent potential to do a lot with their lives. And like, I grew up in a trailer park in Taylor, Michigan, man. Like, I know exactly what it's like to grow up in an area that you don't think you're ever gonna like be able to get out of there. You're never, there's no, you don't even want to go to college, let alone, you know. I went straight to work. I was working when I was 16, 17 with my dad as a heavy equipment operator, or has been his whole life. And I worked for him, with him, summers. Dude, whenever I needed to, whenever he asked, on all sorts of stuff, mechanics, all the vehicles, four-wheelers, dirt bikes, dual sport bikes we had growing up. Like, I wasn't poor by any means. My parents did everything they possibly could to give me a pretty good life, and there's a lot more there that I'm not willing to go into right now. But my point in saying all that right now, in perspective of what this vision is for and what it's saying, is, for me growing up, I know that skateboarding, ooh, I like that a lot, the yin yang, that's a very synchronistic thing with what I'm going for here, that it taught me how to use the darker aspects of myself, the aggressiveness, the anger, the rage, the all of that, and have something to be able to put it into. Like, skateboarding, for one, was always a huge one for me growing up. That's an art form, man. Like, that is a true skill and a true sport in my perspective, and a lot of other people's as well. There's another fully functional stairwell. So, and in saying that, I think a lot of people underestimate how extremely valuable that is for people that grow up in these underserved situations. There's a lot of anger and a lot of those kinds of feelings. And I'm not being very specific on purpose, because it's very different individually. But a lot of these action sports are absolutely great ways of alchemizing and putting those to use, instead of being violent and committing crimes, and, you know, having an outlet, having a way to express those feelings without having to do that, and without having to have exactly that mentality right there. Well, you get a plug in this video. Urban exploration aiders. So this is absolutely massive. I'm finally to the front, to the bridge that goes into the office building. I'm gonna finish the second floor lap first, and finish what I'm being fully inspired to say here on this lap. Mike Wazowski. I love that movie. That movie is actually, like, one of the deeper messages of that movie is actually how in the beginning they they're fueled off of the children's fear. That's their entire life force, entire fuel for their society. And then Mike and Sully realized that the laughter and the love is exponentially more powerful and more able to fuel their world in a much more beneficial way. And that's exactly what I'm talking about, that this can do in a alchemy kind of way, like getting through and processing that anger and rage through these kinds of sports and activities. By no means doesn't always lead to people being more loving and kind, but I don't know if you've ever really just talked to a lot of people that are in action sports. So a lot of the coolest people ever, all over, all around, wherever they're from. That's all I'll say on that, but oh dude, is that a magazine? 7.62 by 5.1. That's AK rounds. Oh, but it's airsoft. That's not even 7.62 by 5.1. I was like, oh man. That'd be fun as hell though to play airsoft in here. That'd be like a cool day to be able to set up, like once all the trails are done and stuff, to be able to, I don't know, be able to set up airbags for cover and for like a paintball arena, you know, but huge, massive. It'd be these whole floors with the trails and ramps and everything in place, but then you could add all of the inflatables in here to create more cover, more routes. So I'm gonna just kind of be silent for a minute and collect my thoughts while I'm recording the rest of this lap until I'm inspired to speak some more. Yeah, okay, so I'm almost to the spot that I started down there. Yet another bathroom, another huge one, comparatively speaking to the other ones. Actually, I'm gonna go that outer wall. So, and now it feels entirely proper to say this is nowhere near gonna be done entirely by myself. Not at all. And support is gonna be required from all over, all in above and below. If you can see the as above so below sign right there, that is very, very, very perfect for what I'm saying right now. It'll be coming from governmental tiers above, quote unquote, even though they're very much so not above the people. The people have the power. I'm not going to go down a whole political tangent or anything right there, but just saying that the above, meaning corporate high-level sponsors, governmental integration. That's all gonna have to be necessary here. Dude, check that out. What? That's a possum or similar. That's gotta be a possum track. And yeah, so it's gonna, I'll use the pyramid here as a visual representation of what I'm saying. It's gonna take the people, which are the broad base of the power all around, to support and want this, and then to be funded and put through by the governmental powers that be and corporate regulators in the area, Ford, GM, whatever. The list is very open to collaboration. It's the best word to use there. And then down to like grassroots and all of the local community groups, as I even intend on having like a community garden and ways of remediating the soil around here. And like the bordering of the property, I'd really like to turn into like almost permaculture-esque, or even exactly permaculture gardens, and ways to integrate sustainability thoroughly into everything going on here. So that way, that's again entirely harmonious, like the yin and yang symbol symbolizes, where it has all of it integrated together into a whole project, a whole vision, a whole reality. And with that, I'm already back to where I've already recorded. So I'm gonna end this recording and go up to the 3rd level. Look at that, somebody used fish line. It's for pulling wire to steal the wire. Scrap it. Okay. So I will see you guys in the next one on the 3rd floor.